This upload is from our channel Destination Declassified, a channel we built solely for the research into aliens and UFOs. We hope you enjoy this video, and if you do, then you will absolutely love Destination Declassified. Click on the link in the description or in the comments to check it out. Enjoy. Who are we? Why are we here, and where do we come from? The origin of humans is a question that has been argued ever since humans began to talk. But did a civilization exist on Earth before humans? This is a topic we've all discussed with ourselves and friends. Now before we go on, let's state that we're not saying that we believe that aliens have been visiting the Earth for millions of years. But of course, this being Destination Declassified, a channel solely built to talk about UFOs and aliens, we are going to be presenting the case for why some people believe that they have. Supporters of ancient alien theories believe that some sort of extraterrestrial life form has been in contact with human beings since prehistoric times. These intelligent aliens have not only had a huge influence on modern technologies, but also on our cultures and religions throughout the ages. We all have that one friend who, whenever talking about the pyramids, says they were built by aliens, but there's a reason why people think that. In fact, the belief is that almost all of the advanced technology gifted to Earth by these ancient aliens were taken as evidence for their divinity, and is how our gods were created. These ancient aliens protected us at times of tragedy, such as the Great Flood of Noah. This protection could have been in the form of refugees, where thousands of people could have lived safely until the danger had passed. It does sound ludicrous, but how much evidence is there to support claims like these? Well, take Derinkuya as an example, an underground city in central Turkey that was built around 9000 BCE. It's a massive construction, over half a mile deep, and has 8 levels, big enough to shelter thousands of people at any one time. What's its purpose? In the Himalayas, the Sky Caves are a structure of 10,000 caves that have been dug into the side of a valley, 14,000 feet up, and the caves can be dated back 3,000 years. As they are carved so high up and into a sheer cliff face, it's hard to explain how they were made, why they were made, and how many humans would be able to access them. Some have suggested that the only entry to the caves would have had to be made by some sort of flying craft. Could this technology have been provided by ancient aliens? In the Anhui province of China are the Huashan grottos. These huge man-made caves have been manually chiseled and have no verbal or written historical record, so it's unknown who made them or why. The cave system contains stone rooms, pavilions, and bridges. Each of the 36 chambers range in height from between 33 to 62 feet and have various stone columns to support the ceiling. Each cave has different strange markings carved into the stone. Again, could these caves have been built with the help of ancient astronauts? In the northeastern area of the United States, there is the Native American tribe, who are known as the Hopi. Their ancestors were the Pueblo people, who had a highly developed culture and built housing apartments, somehow surviving and growing crops despite the area having very little rainfall. The Hopi are a peaceful people, which was historically in complete contrast to their surrounding warring communities. This peace-loving attitude is fundamental to their religion and spirituality. One of their most fascinating legends involves the Ant People, who helped them survive not just one, but 2 major disasters. The first was when all the life on Earth was destroyed through fire by some sort of meteor strike or volcanic eruption, and the second was when the world was decimated by ice and a possible pole shift. During both these cataclysms, the Hopi were guided by a cloud-shaped object in the daytime and by a star at night. They were led to the god of the sky, Sartukanang, who took the Hopi to the Ant People. The Ant People then escorted the Hopi to underground caves and gave them everything they needed to survive. These Ant People seem to be extremely similar to the Watchers. Now, the Watchers were mentioned in the Bible and other religious texts as the Sumerians and Babylonians. In the Book of Enoch, an ancient religious text that dates back to about 3000 BCE, the Watchers are described as fallen angels who were sent down to Earth to watch over humans and teach them how to use metals, predict the weather, and practice magic. Could the Watchers have actually been extraterrestrials? The Anunnaki deities of the ancient Babylonian and Mesopotamian cultures are identified in Sumerian texts that date back from 5,600 years ago. They are described as having descended from the stars and could fly in birds. As well as flying craft and other notable mentions of advanced technology are descriptions of computer technology and stargates. Initially, the Anunnaki created humans to be their slaves and mine gold for them. How this gold was used by the extraterrestrial beings is unknown, but maybe this is why ancient civilizations, such as the Egyptians, were obsessed with gold. Could the Ant people and the Watchers be one and the same? But it by no means stops there. Other evidence put forward as proof of ancient astronauts includes sites and monuments such as Stonehenge in England, a Neolithic stone circle built over 5,000 years ago with stone weighing up to 50 tons, or the 887 Moai statues on the remote East Island that weigh 14 tons each. Or how about the Sacsayhuaman in Peru, a 1,000-year-old fortress whose stone walls look like they've been cut and fitted together with a laser. The buildings of all these structures seem to defy the technological skills that were available at the time, because they are too complicated or just too big and heavy. Another compelling piece put forward to support the belief of interstellar friends influencing our ancient civilizations and their technology are the early analog computers known as the Antikythera mechanism. The Kumbaya aeroplanes, which are actually aerodynamically accurate even though they were made over 3,000 years ago, and of course the Dendera light bulb of ancient Egypt, which we've talked about before. There are obvious similarities and links between ancient civilizations across the world, such as the pyramids, which can be found in societies as wide apart and diverse as those of the Mayans, Egyptians, and Mesopotamian empires. And there even appear to be connections between the hieroglyphs of ancient Egypt and the indigenous art made by Australian Aborigines, who are the longest surviving continuous society on Earth. Aboriginal myths date back as far as 10,000 years ago, near the Siwa Oasis in Egypt. Archaeologists have found fossils of Australian marsupials, including kangaroos. While Aboriginal cave carvings are very similar to those found in the temples and tombs of ancient Egypt. Of course, there's no denying, some of these drawings even show astronaut-like figures with large heads that look very similar to helmets. Could extraterrestrials have travelled between the two continents, spreading their influence and sharing their knowledge? If not, how do you get two different locations miles away from each other talking about very similar things at a time where travel was virtually non-existent? In the mythology of Hinduism, their gods travelled in flying chariots or palaces. Could these celestial vehicles actually be ancient UFOs? These are questions that of course have no answers and probably never will, but they sure get you thinking. The similarities and links between the cultures, architecture, art and mythologies of ancient civilizations from around the world are startling and do seem to be more than just a coincidence. So honest question, could aliens have been actively influencing all aspects of humankind whilst also driving their cultures and technological evolution? Or is the study of ancient aliens simply a form of unproven pseudoscience? We'd love to hear your thoughts on this discussion, and personally, we think this deserves a much deeper look. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to subscribe to Destination Declassified, your #1 channel for UFO and alien-related videos, news and discussions. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll see you in the next video.